this particular episode, it is about education, power, and protest.
We decided we are not going to consult or be in communication anymore, but instead be opponents, honorably vie against each other and let the students choose. But what brought the showdown was that Babu himself was not willing to see somebody else take the mantle at SONU without having the surety that he would get a seat out there.
Oh, Babu was the
So
Baba.
he wanted a perfect transition
Okay.
from SONU into national politics. Not once have I wanted any other level of leadership, but I have keenly admired representation at the level of legislation.
So which party are you joining? Is it Wiper? Because today, Wiper was or is it ODM?
I would like to join a youthful party.
But ODM is youthful.
No.
The party leader is a Gen Z.
No, the party leader is a Gen Z. Let's be honest.
For a moment, let's talk about passion and dreams. Let's talk about campus politics. I'm talking about from the days of SONU to modern politics. Dango, this is Real Talk Republic podcast all the way from Kiafrika Studios. And of course, I am AREGO. Today's guest is one who was driven by passion to join politics, to join activism while in campus, while at the University of Nairobi, as they articulate it. Now, it's about education, power, and protest. Welcome to this particular podcast, bro.
Thank you.
I think you've heard about this podcast, you've seen us, trailers, and watched much about us. But before we dive deep into much about your days in campus and your current situation in the national politics, just tell our audience who is in our today's episode.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, my brother. I am very happy to be here with you today, first of all. And maybe most people know me, other people don't. But I would love to formally introduce myself.
Most appropriate.
Yes, to you once more.
Yeah.
I'm Mike Jacobs Odhiambo, a youth leadership enthusiast, and also a very, very passionate education champion, as well as a community leader. And I went to the University of Nairobi, where I said the University of Nairobi. I would never forget about that. So I was at the University of Nairobi.
Okay.
This was during the period of 2012 to 2016. But unfortunately, there were events that led to the prolonging of my stay at the University of Nairobi, which I give more than just appreciation, because it has shaped me to be the person I am today.
Yeah, absolutely. I think by 2012, the body that was admitting your generation to the university was referred to as JAB. Was it JAB?
It was JAB, yes,
JAB.
the Joint Admission Board by
Yes,
then.
for us it is COOPS.
Yes.
I'm sorry to say about that. It is Gen Z.
Though our information is integrated into the COOPS website, so JAB no longer exists.
Yeah.
Yes.
Man, bro, it is your story who made me to get an interest to invite you to the conversation with me to this particular podcast. When I met a blog, a blogging about you, and the guy tweeted the guy suspended, to be specific on whatever he tweeted, he said, the one who competed with Babu Owino. Yes. I don't know whether you thrashed Babu Owino. And ended up being suspended for 10 years. Bro, 10 years.
Yes.
Finally graduates.
Yes.
That was during the graduation period for the University of Nairobi.
Yes, this year, yes.
Yes. And I got much interest to discuss it because there are people, those who are also suspended, who never made it, are yet to graduate.
Yes.
I think I have an example from the village, who ended up declining, or rather saying that they're no longer going back to the university.
Yes, I get it.
At point it was said 365 days. That's 1 year, but you 10 years. Tell me, how was the period, bro? Let's start from the campus. What led you to be suspended?
Okay, thank you. I would want to really indulge much to make you understand
Yeah.
what happened back in campus
Yeah.
that led to, mine was not a suspension.
Oh.
Rather, it was an expulsion. A suspension is something that you can appeal and actually find your way back into the university. But an expulsion is an indefinite way of sending you away from the university premises. So this happened right after the election that we had in 2016, when I was fighting purposely for change, for the sake of the students to get what they thought they deserved. And as well, we were trying to change leadership and make it more about the students. So this course was met with a lot of resistance from those who thought that the status quo would be best. But we had a section of us who thought that it was good time for us to get change, to be able to represent ourselves efficiently, as well as present our views and wants to the administration without the jeopardy of having to have somebody do it for us.
By then, just to cut you short
Yeah.
before you continue, but then who was in charge of the student organization?
By then,
Yeah.
when there is an election, I mean a SONU election, no
Was the
one is in
incumbent?
charge.
Nobody
The
is in charge.
incumbent was Babu Owino.
Oh, most definitely.
Yes.
Oh.
And this was going to be his fourth time. As much as you've been good enough for us, but we have challenges that you can see, that we only can present to the administration. My peers felt the same. And I would say when the time is right and an idea converges with the need that comes from the students, they continuously agitate for better standards of living. They agitate for, I think you've been in campus, you know about when you have missing marks and you have no one to represent you or put your case before the administration.
Yes.
There were a lot of challenges by then. And I would tell you, I got to understand these challenges because I was living very close to the comrades.
It's also alleged that you were once a close ally
Yes.
of Museveni, your campus Museveni. And they're saying
Yes.
it is you people that you are hungry for power. Just the way you've stated it.
Yes.
You are hungry for power.
Yes.
And you saw Babu, the
Yes.
current MP for Makasi East,
Yes.
going for another, you said fifth term or fourth term?
The fourth term.
And you said it is impossible.
Yes.
It is like that person, you've been in this particular kitchen,
Yes.
and now you want to cook your own.
I understand.
Let me get this.
I understand.
Yeah.
Okay. Just
Also,
go ahead.
because you
Yes.
are in this particular kitchen, now
Yes.
you want to get your own. You are saying about fighting for the rights of the student,
Yes.
fighting for the marks, and other affairs. Why could you guys fight for that before in in Babu's kitchen?
Then that's a perfect question. While Babu was the chairman, I was serving as the campus rep for main campus.
Yeah.
And there are so many challenges that we also experienced at that level of leadership that was regarded as the secretariat. That was the highest organ of SONU. So the input of the chairman was total representation. You have to be there when there is need. But look, in 2015, in that same cabinet, Babu was our chairman. But we could see clearly that he had lost touch with reality or with the students. And so we were not able to get that immediate representation. Whenever we had issues with the administration, we were forced to insubordinate ourselves because of the absence of our chairman. This showed a clear gap, that there was something missing that the students needed, that was not just a chairman, but total representation.
And then they found you.
Yes, and this is how things happened. When the students cannot be wrong. A whole group or a whole lot of a semester of students would not be wrong to say that this is what we want.
From the main campus?
Yes.
From the main campus?
From all the campuses.
Okay.
Yes, because main campus is where we have the main offices, where if you have anything.
I'm sorry, I'm floating on this
Yes.
because I don't know the structure of the
Yes,
UNA.
yes. Maybe I would indulge you about the structure.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the SONU structure comprises of the SONU Secretariat, which is the main organ. Then after that, we have members who are nominated by the elected officials. They also become part of SONU. So this group that I am talking about, we have the highest organ, which is the Senate in the university, that receives information from the 11 campus representatives who are also senators in the Senate committee. In the Senate committee, the chairman also doubles up as part of the secretariat, but not a senator.
Okay.
So, in that case, Babu was the chairman, but we were serving in the highest organ as senators from the 11 campuses to represent the views of the students. In this case, I would also answer back to the chairman.
Yeah.
Yes. So, in cases where I, as the senator, is not able to represent the views of the students, then I rely on the senior and the most executive people in the secretariat, who is the chairman, the secretary general, and we also have the treasurer.
Okay.
Yes. So it was an organ that was well structured and had it was well defined on the functions of each and every person who is elected into that union.
Now, come to 2016 now. You've been serving into this particular position,
Yes.
the way you've explained it.
Yes.
But now you realize Babu is not home.
Yeah.
On student side,
Yeah.
put it that. And you had that dream alongside others. How many were you in the group?
The number was quite big. It's not something I would address as how many,
Yeah.
but I would say we were quite a number, a majority.
So what happened?
Yes.
Were you, you said expelled.
Yes.
Were you expelled before election or after election? When you people lost to Babu, or Babu won against you guys?
Okay. Yeah. I was expelled right after the elections when the results had been announced, yes, but the students rejected the results. And so this caused unrest that was beyond my control. And it led to the burning of hostels, and most of university property was destroyed. I would say this, we would attribute it to the university not being able to listen keenly to the voice of students and to their demands. So when this property damage and unrest was too much, the university decided to close indefinitely. At the same time, they gazetted names of students who they had expelled from the university. And on the article that was there on the Nation newspaper and other national newspapers, on the 1st of June was a gazette notice of students the University of Nairobi had expelled. That's how I learned my expulsion, yes.
So did you think your expulsion was fair at this point, because your opponent was never expelled?
Yes.
And during this duration, 2016 SONU elections, it was a rival between two sides.
Yes.
It is Jacob's sides
Yeah.
and then Babu Owino's side.
Yeah.
And then he found out that it's only people from your sides
Who were
expelled
and suspended.
and suspended.
Yes.
And from the Cuban side,
Yeah.
nobody was touched. The administration also had hands into the administration of the student lead.
Clearly, I would tell you for sure that when I was at the University of Nairobi, there was a general saying. It's something maybe you are familiar with.
Yeah.
That it's easier to deal with the devil that you know than being cozy with an angel that you don't know.
Administration was so suspicious about you.
So one time when things were very hot, I heard that the administration had preferred to sleep with the devil that they knew.
An angel, yeah.
Yes. And this is not to mean that I was the angel, but I was the purge. I was the reason for this purge. I was not for the administration, and I was not for Babu. I was for a change, something that would revamp our student leadership, something that would make it more vibrant. And I was not in any way disputing or going against the ideas of Babu.
Yeah.
And he got it very clearly from this contest that it was not me against him. It was basically that he had lost touch with the students, and they needed someone who could represent and as well be there for them in their times of need.
Let me and my audience, our audience right now, get this clear.
Yeah.
Before you ran for the position of chairman of SONU, did you had to consult Babu? I mean, do you told Babu like, bro,
Yes.
mimi pia naona nimetosha ndume.
Yes,
I want to go for this particular race because politics is not about enmity.
Yeah,
I mean, they talk about that in national politics, but in campus, I think it's different.
Yeah, it's different.
Yeah.
But it's the same as national politics, I would say.
Yeah. But for campus, I think it's so rough.
I know, it is.
Then, yeah.
This is what I would say to answer your question. When I was vying for this position, we had two different kinds of ideologies in play. First of all, we had Babu, who was insisting that he was the best for the representation of students at the highest rank. But here I was in my third year, headed to my fourth year. And at this point, I was the campus rep for main campus. The only way to grow or become better was to vie for chairmanship.
Because you are exiting.
Yes, exactly. So this was the right time for myself.
Yeah.
But what brought the showdown was that Babu himself was not willing. He was not willing to see somebody else take the mantle at SONU without having the surety that he would get a seat out there.
Oh, Babu was the
So
Baba.
he wanted a perfect transition from SONU into national politics. But our argument remained the same, that you'd still win in national politics even if he let the mantle to another person in SONU. So when he did not yield to this argument, we decided we are not going to consult or be in communication anymore, but instead be opponents, honorably vie against each other, and let the students choose.
Now, you're expelled, 2016, the election are over,
Yes.
you are gazetted, you mark the paper, your parents are reading these papers, everybody at home, your sister, the other one. First, you did not tell us your profession.
Okay. I am an economist.
Economist.
Yes.
Yeah, now. They were having that passion. I know, in the village, when they're in high school, they say, my brother is in campus, he's studying economics.
Yeah, sure.
And man, that's so, it was their pride.
Yeah.
But now you've been expelled, not even suspended. You get back home. I mean, it's somehow the dream is vanishing from your parents.
I get you.
How did they look at it? How did they took the situation when you returned back home?
Okay. I would be very cautious while answering that because it was not an easy time. And I would say that for my parents, I would start with my mother,
Yeah.
who is the late now.
Okay. So.
And I would tell you that she had a lot of hope. You know, like you have all your dreams on your son. And it ends up that it's not perfectly what he achieves. So I remember the first time I told her that I had been expelled from the university, all she said was that she would pray about it, but I would sense from her voice, from her feedback, that she was a little bit disappointed. But most importantly, she did not stop there. She still made a call to me and made me understand one thing, that there is nothing much you can do about a decision that has been made. All you need to do is focus more on what you can do with your life.
Yeah.
And so I didn't really feel like I had been let go from the university, but I felt like I had another day to fight. And if I really had this dream in me, then one day I'll be able to finish it.
And you did
So,
it.
yeah. So the main reason why I ran away from the politics scene in the University of Nairobi was that at some point after this expulsion, there were random arrests and prosecutions at the Milimani law courts, where the last one I found myself there with an offense of arson,
Sure.
which was dated back to when the university was banned.
Yeah.
Was burnt. So I decided it's not worth it to be at loggerheads with the university. As well, I am not able to continue with my education, and I cannot agitate for the student rights any longer from without. So I decided to be meaningful. Just like you say, once you get an education, you learn how to give solutions for your problems. And that's what I really decided to dwell on during that long period of time from 2016.
This is after the advice from your mother.
Yes.
The late.
Yes.
She rest in peace.
Yes.
Then I saw your picture when you graduated, and it was bash.
Yeah.
Sherehe.
Yeah.
And you shared them. I saw your sister was very happy.
Yeah.
I'm not sure whether you are the firstborn, but I'm sure you're the firstborn son.
Yes. Yes. I'm the
And
first son.
And the first to get to
Yes,
university.
yes.
Maybe amongst boys.
Yes.
How did your sisters and brothers found this one? I'm tracing back to my history.
Yes.
Yeah, that's why I had to ask.
I know you could as well compare to your own so that
yes.
you get the perfect perspective.
Exactly.
Yeah, this is what I would say. My sister and brother they are a great support team for me because I was the first one to show them the way.
Dango, I got
Yes,
it.
yes.
Congratulations.
Yes. So when this happened,
Yeah.
the mixed reactions I received from them, one thing really stuck with me is that my sister always felt like the classroom was the place for me. But this was cut short. And she knew perfectly well that it was not through my own will that I was out of school. So all she did was, she told me she was at Chiromo campus by then. I'll go for it and graduate so that I do not experience this same problem in the course of my education. But I hope that one day you get to complete it so that you know of what fruits are education or of what joy can you have if you complete your education. So I would say they have been supportive in each and every time that I would be thinking much about it or almost giving up, you have that voice of reason that comes back and tells you, you know what, you're the first person who showed me that a university is a place I could step into.
Now, to close on,
Yes.
almost closing on your life in campus
Yeah.
and after the expulsion, you are out 10 years, bro. I mean, you left when you were in fourth year.
Yeah.
That's one noted.
I was in third year when I left,
Yeah, when you left. But now, 10 years out of campus.
Yeah.
What were your options? Did you had options out of campus hustling? Did you get back to the village or you said, I must just stay in the city and
That's
find
nice.
a way for me as a man?
Sure.
Yes.
So let me indulge you in that. If you ask me the 10 years, have you been in the city or in the village? I would say I have been in the village. And the reason why I decided to go back down there was I was looking for purpose. And majorly, I did not really want to put my life into regret by being around the same environment that caused the problem. And I think that for therapy works. If you want something to be better, you can change. You can change your circumstance. You can change your environment. If you want to improve your mood, you can take a walk, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what I did. And when I got down there, I found out that there are so many opportunities for the young people that remain unexplored. And I also got to learn that maybe I was what they were waiting for down there. Because most of the youths have lost hope looking at how things are in our country. So here I was down there with them. They previously knew that I was at the university. And
They're back here, they're saying, first let me say this before I say whatever they're saying, because I'm assuming in Swahili now. Wanasemanga life ikikulemea kwa city, rudi nyumbani, upige press ups kidogo ndio rudi mjini. Ndio maybe unaweza fanya vitu zianze kufunguka.
Yes, for
But
sure.
now venye unasema, the youths back in the village, they knew you are in campus. You're back. I know maybe others, they sorry to say that one, thought you are already a graduate.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
When you returned back.
Yes.
So they had respect for you, bro.
I think I would say confidently, I don't think they knew I had graduated, because this issue was in public domain.
Yeah.
And most of them could not put 1 to 1 to give you 2 for my graduation, looking at the short time that it was between when I returned and when it was chaotic at SONU.
Yeah.
So most people perfectly had the information. There were some who also thought that I was just there for a short period of time. Then eventually I would be able to get back. But that was not the case.
Yeah. In this particular episode, we were talking about education, power, and protest. And we saw for 49 days, lecturers were on strike. And Dr. Wasonga had some, you see, first thing we have to get to understand that CBAs are never working. And that's what Wasonga had to understand. And over X, over Facebook, and somehow over TikTok, I saw comrades asking the whereabouts of the chiefs of the campuses. They were silent. From whom I know somebody known as Oginga. This organization from Sierra. He was nowhere. We know about Manyara. He was nowhere to speak about this one, to speak about the needs of the student in campus. Now my question is, do you think the national government have interfered with the activism or the rise of student leadership in the current system of education in the universities.
yes.
Yeah.
Exactly. I feel like the government does not take keen notice of how important education is to generally our economy and our country. Looking at how many days the lecturers have been on strike without a formal response from the government is worrying. Onto something else, student activism has been greatly affected by the bill that was brought into play by Duale. This is right when SONU was disbanded. And for example, in the University of Nairobi, they set up an association to take care of the needs of the students, meaning the students are subscribed to this association with the limited rights. While in SONU, under the student organization, we have our rights that are protected also by the national constitution. And they were coherent, they were in line, and most parts of the articles of the SONU constitution were in total support of continuous education without breaks. So you'd find that during that time, if dons were striking, then SONU would join. If you look at the archives, we would not let the students sit in class without getting taught for a week or two, meaning our rights were as well represented in the national constitution. Under the association, the student takes to the roads to protest. He is singled out, he or she is singled out as a misconduct, and therefore you will be prosecuted for your actions. In the constitution, we have the right to picket,
Yeah.
to lawful, we can assemble, and
Lawful.
it's still lawful. But right now, look at the kind of associations that we have in Kenyatta University. Let's just say all the universities, including the private universities, there is none of them that is supreme and has its constitution in line with the national constitution and is able to agitate for rights like we could under an organization of the students. So the government has done all. They have done the most to kill student activism. In that same length, they have managed to kill active agitation of rights. Look at the dons. As much as they agitate, the government does not answer. I understand that the government only understands one way of agitation, which is a peaceful protest, which has been the way that we have.
Do you think so?
It has been the way. It's the only thing they understand. It's unfortunate that some of these protests turn chaotic.
Yeah.
But the reason why we protest, the reason why we assemble, and in that case, we have the option of just writing a document or communicating via paper.
Yeah.
This is to agitate and make it urgent that whatever we signed in our MOU should be respected. If the government promised to pay 7.9 billion shillings to the dons, then this should be paid according to the MOU. And if the date in the MOU is already passed, then it should be paid before they resume the teaching and studies in the various universities.
Now, some
Yes.
of the universities, I saw a student, I think from, was it Kirinyaga?
Yeah.
Not to be specific. I saw these students
Yeah.
had been released to go home.
Yeah.
And just few days, then the dons decided to get back to class.
Yes.
What will happen to the system now? Will they have to come back?
I think that question is in line with the same thing that I I have information also about the University of Nairobi, just as we say.
Mm.
You were talking about Kirinyaga,
Yeah.
and the Dons have been given a working formula after a long time. We have a class that is pending for graduation
Yes.
in this year,
Yeah.
that if the programs were not interfered with, if learning was not interfered with and the Dons were in school, we could be having a lot who would be graduating next month.
Yeah.
But because of this strike that has lasted a couple of weeks, the students are not going to be able to graduate. But in this case now, the university has to get down to the level of listening to the students. So the university has resumed, and the Dons are insisting that they are going to do evaluation. The students are not ready, and this is not by their own doing, but the unbiased from the government. So in that case, I think there has to be a working formula that comes from. That's why I still advocate for student organizations that will have to come from the student association to the administration to rightfully inform the administration on the student programs that they intend to implement. Because in this case, you can't tell me that the Dons will get back to class and teach an empty class.
They can't.
At the same time, we cannot recall the students almost immediately, but we have to work on a working formula. If programs have been interfered with this year, then they'll have to move them to next year.
Next year.
Yes.
Yeah. Early next
But now
year.
that presents a challenge to the students. And also, on the transition body, we're having a backlog at the universities.
Yeah.
We are expecting to do an admission, it has become a double intake trend next year, while still continuing, while you are still doing the curriculum for last year. This is presenting a backlog to the education system generally, because it's happening across all universities. It's not only at the University of Nairobi or Kirinyaga University or Methodist. It's happening in the whole nation. Yes.
Now, because I'm talking to a comrade, once a
Yeah.
comrade,
Yeah.
and still a comrade
Yeah.
in the sphere. I mean, it's not far from being alleged, because you said the government is being biased to student, to education in Kenya. Look at the capitation. Look at whatever is happening in the Ministry of Education.
Yeah.
And Kenyans are saying like the government of President William Ruto is sabotaging education in Kenya. Not just at the campus level.
Yeah.
Let's talk even from the lower
Yes,
levels. Before we transition to the current system
Yeah.
of CBC. Talk of Minister of Education, not of Education, of Finance. That is John Mbadi.
Yes.
And said that the payment at the high school, to different schools, was reduced from 23. They used to give out 23,000
Yes.
to now 16,000. And now it's
That's for
becoming
boarding schools.
Yeah, for boarding schools. It's becoming so a burden to the parents, and some of the parents are now casting out and saying, like, we want to fail the system now. We're already failing the system of education, because
Yes, yes.
you see whatever happening in campus. You
Yes.
see, some of the professions,
Yes.
we need them out to build. You say also the builders of affordable housing
Yes.
are still in university, engineers.
Yes, yes.
You see, what's your take on, from the Ministry of Education's takes on capitation, strikes, system transformation
Yeah.
to the new system? And also to add on that, you studied, both of us took 844, but now there is CBC. What's
Yes.
your preference, bro?
Yes, yes.
What can you talk about that one? Because the person who made us transition to CBC is now vying for president.
Yeah, sure. So, onto that education, I believe that education is a very, very important part of mostly the development of an economy.
Yes.
And much focus has to be put if we are to transform anything, be it innovation, be it the medical field, in every field we have to advance our education. Looking at our system, it's not favoring the intellectual.
Yeah.
But what this country is doing in the long run is it's manufacturing a big number of unlearned population. Meaning, if we are looking at what is important for the development of the economy, we will definitely be talking about skilled and unskilled labor. And it is definitely on a good trajectory if the level of skilled labor is higher than that of unskilled labor. Yes. So the education system in Kenya today is not favoring their development agenda. Look at Malawi at this point, an economy that is behind Kenya. It has announced most recently that education is going to be free from when you are in kindergarten to when you are in high school and to tertiary.
Should we tell them the fact that the late had the same initiative?
Yes, sure. And this is something that is achievable.
Yes.
Looking at Kenya's economy when Mwai Kibaki took power, the economy right now is more advanced. The economy right now, well diversified, can give enough funding to our education sector. But what is happening? There is so much corruption going on. There is so much self-centeredness with our leaders that we cannot achieve what we expect with our education sector. If we are to move from this to that step, then we have to really give much weight to the education sector, which is not happening. Tell me, if in a country that is competing with other countries globally does not take care of its education sector, how will it be able to compete fairly with the other countries in the next, for example, 5 years? In our established agendas of achieving our vision 2030, without incorporating education, we cannot get there. And it's very unfortunate that we've had a period when the Dons are on strike without a formal word, without even a hint from the president.
You know, the hint from the president.
Without even a formal word from the PS.
The hint from the president.
Yes.
He put a blame to the Minister of Education. He said, mimi nawajenga huku hiyo mambo ya maandamano ya lecturers, ulizeni Ministry of Education, ulizeni Ogemba.
Yes.
I think, to quote President William Ruto,
yes,
that was his statement.
Yes.
Now it's so sad, but hopefully,
yes,
I think President will go with the ground.
I want to remind you of something that I once talked about it on an online platform just to educate. But I would like to bring it to your attention. It's in line with the education question that you asked me. So if we have the people protesting against the finance bill, then there is some truth to the level of how much the economy hurts them. In the finance bill that we rejected in 2024, June, there were provisions of priorities that the government had taken for us to get a leap forward. To fault the document accurately, if you remember, was, for example, there was allocations for the repairs of the various state houses, as well as residences for the president and the deputy president. And these were running into millions of shillings. before the MWINYI raised the alarm, this were going to become an approved budget, and it would be spent unnecessarily on houses that exist, which maybe just need paint and a little improving. But look, when the MWINYI said no to that bill, they backtracked and said, okay, we have accepted, we will not impose the bill on you. But they did not tell us how will they redistribute their expenditure to fit into more important sectors like agriculture and education. If you're going to spend 600 million shillings to repair a residence,
8 billion, bro, to repair State House.
okay, what do you think? How much do we need for our students, our pupils, and the ones in kindergarten to get free education as well? If they cannot get free education, then it should be highly or greatly subsidized.
Yeah.
Yes.
Today I'm having my guest, Mike Jacobs, suspended for 10 years at the University of Nairobi. And this particular episode, it is about education, power, and protest. Now, he had passion in campus. He went for it. After that, did you serve as did you win the position afterwards? Did you serve as the chairman?
No.
Never got it. Okay, to be honest, Baba died chasing for dreams. Now he's in the field of national politics. We're delving into national politics, national spheres, where he's saying 2027, chukua kura juu anakuja kutafuta votes. But I don't know, he'll tell us where he's going to vie. Of course, this is AREGO. Jacob,
Yes.
umesema tumeongea kizungu sana.
Sawa, Kiswahili. Naelewa Kiswahili.
Unaelewa Kiswahili?
Yes.
Umesema
Yes.
to your statement, though yet, it is posted in your Facebook profile,
Yes.
that you're going for a position, member of parliament. Bro, why did you just decide for MP position, member of parliament? Let me give you a playbook of, hopefully you like it or not.
Sure.
Playbook from, not a playbook, but just it. Political playbook of Cleophas Malala.
Yes.
Malala started as an MCA. He served as an MCA for one term, then went for senator for one term, then decided to go for a gubernatorial seat. Unfortunately, luck did not locate him at that point.
Yes.
Bro, why did you not begin at the lowest position?
Okay.
Or it's because your once opponent mentored you to that sphere?
No, wacha tuongee Kiswahili kidogo.
Sawa.
Ni sawa. Kwa ufupi, ningependa nikuambie kama kijana lazima uwe na ndoto kila wakati.
Kabisa.
Na ukipata nafasi ya kusoma ama ya kupeleka masomo yako mbele, lazima fuatilie ndoto yako.
Kabisa.
Yes.
True.
So from that time, not once have I dreamt of being an MCA.
Okay.
Not once have I wanted any other level of leadership. But I have keenly admired representation at the level of legislation, at the level of representation where you majorly represent the ideas and you also agitate for better for your people. The MCA position, looking at how devolution was made to work in Kenya, this is the position that it will inform the public that this is the closest person we have to the county government. But this is not enough to make laws, to amend them. This is not enough to get to the August House, where if you do not like a particular clause about the Constitution, how would you make a change if you do not go to the August House. We've had a member of parliament in my constituency who has served.
That is constituency ni gani?
My constituency is Game constituency. And
In Siaya County.
In Siaya County. And to be very specific, my member of parliament has served. For this would be seeking the third re-election. But in all these years, without doubt, has presented not even an amendment of a bill. In all these years, as much as he's had the opportunity to sit in various committees, is not able to represent the normal mwananchi down there. Is not able to represent those ideas as fully as expected. So it gives me the notion that as much as we pushed this particular leader to the August House, it is of no benefit to the citizen who's down there in Game constituency. It is not enough to implement or use funds as they are supposed to be used. We had Honorable Mutuse bring up a motion that led to the impeachment of the Deputy President of Kenya. And that proved a landmark of what a legislator can do. A legislator can as well change the leadership calibration of a country.
Now,
yes,
to the level of your constituency,
yes,
you've talked about your MP, Member of Parliament,
yes,
not being able to represent a bill.
yes.
The bill, Member of Parliament present a bill to the Parliament. The bill husaidia Kenya nzima, sindio? But ni nini haswa at the constituency level,
Yes.
ambazo unaona like huyu MP ametuangusha?
Yes.
Term 1 alireplace Jakoyo.
Yes.
Term 1 hakuna kitu alifanya.
Yes.
Term 2 there is nothing I've done. To be honest or to be factual on this, Member of Game was the first one to join the government.
Yes.
Amongst the MPs, alongside MP FELIX
Yes.
kujoin Gava, sindio? What are these things that you know you have failed terribly, you have failed the people of Game,
Yes.
and you are the solution who
Yes.
can provide that one to the people of Game?
Thank you for that. In this case, we are talking about the shortfalls of when you have the opportunity to represent a people in the August House. And to echo what you have said, while you are in the August House, whatever you present, if you want an amendment or you present a bill, it is for the benefit of the greater
Kenya.
Yes. So in that case, anything that you say in the August House or in Parliament is a direct representation of what is going on down at the constituency. During the time for the finance bill, there was a motion in Parliament that required each and every member of Parliament to state clearly where they stand on the finance bill. This was the opportunity for all the leaders who are in touch with the ground or with the people to show the government, the greater government, what the people wanted by then. In my constituency, my people are not happy with the current situation of the economy. The standards of living are not any better from 5 years or 10 years ago. The economic activities that are going on down there are not supported by the government in any way. The youths down there are still unemployed in numbers. Opportunities that should be explored to give solutions to these problems remain unexplored. While this leader was given a chance to vote, to represent the views of the people, he did the exact opposite. And this proved to us as the populace down there, that he was not actually representing our voice.
He was representing his interest.
His own interest. And this was clear from his joining of the government, when the directive from ODM, the party that got him to power, had not allowed any of their MPs.
But he said he was joining the government for the benefit of the people.
I do not believe that a leader should consider joining the government for the benefit of the people. The people have their welfare already considered in the Constitution. The national budget and the treasury already knows what's good for what constituency, what's good for what county, and by population and planning, it has been allocated. So a leader should not claim that I would like to join the government to get you development. In my capacity as a member of parliament, I have that mandate, and it is in my power to deliver whatever is given from the national government. Whether I do work with the government or not. Tell me, for example, if that's the case in Kenyan politics, do you want to categorically tell me that all the MPs who did not support President William Ruto do not get their rightful share, for example, of CDF? No. You get your rightful share, meaning the government has already allocated that through their planning, and they have the statistics of each and every part of Kenya, which is done through the national consensus. Mm-hmm. So a leader should not claim that they joined the government. I also had this narrative in MOHAMED.
Yeah, I was about to ask you that. When the governor.
When the governor was speaking, and she said very well and categorically that if you do not elect a person who is close to the governor, then you won't get development. Yeah. If you do not elect a person who is not close to the president, you will not get development.
I think, to be honest,
yes,
the governor must be a fanatic of President Samia Suluhu. I mean, Samia Suluhu, because when Samia was campaigning, he was telling the residents of Tanzania, citizen of Tanzania, usipochagua mbunge kwa chama chetu, basi hamtapata maendeleo.
Yes.
So the governor was reiterating that to Kenyans.
Yes.
And that is clear. Now, bro, Prime Minister Raila Amolo Odinga, CGH, died fighting for few things that were yet to be amended in the Constitution of Kenya. Yeah. I'm talking about CDF and the separation of powers between the senators, the governors, and MPs. But first, let's talk about, because you are incoming, inshallah, you are incoming. Let's talk about CDF. Yeah. This is where a lot of embezzlements takes place. Yes. And the former premier, Baba, was fighting that the CDF to be remitted by the county government.
Directly to schools.
Yes, directly to schools. And for member of parliaments, their roles just remains representation only. What's your take on that?
For what I represent in leadership, I would be very okay, very comfortable with representation and not having to indulge with the budget or with the allocation of resources. Politics generally is about allocation of resources, and political positions make that possible. But legislation, as defined, is not to be involved in the budgeting process, but to be involved in the, for example, if we want to make laws to control a particular fund, then we have to set in place these laws first before we begin our operation. That explains perfectly what a member of parliament is supposed to do, what a senator is expected to be doing. So, as a legislator, I should come up with the most favorable of proposals that will work for my people. I should be acting like a think tank for the amount that is remitted to the governor, so that if the county is developing and the constituency is part of the county, then I should strategically advise the governor on what priorities to take to be able to move our people forward. Number two, I should be on standby to help remit in totality every fund that is supposed to get to the citizens per head, because their taxes is what brings about the national expenditure that we have. The taxes that KRA collects is from each and every Kenyan.
Yeah.
And when we go back to leadership now and legislation, now we are divided into regions, but with expected acceleration in growth. We expect the same thing to be happening in Turkana County, the same
Mandera.
thing in Mandera, and
still in Kwale.
Yes,
and the
yes.
rest.
But you will agree with me that all these constituencies have different problems facing them. For example, the problems that we have in Mandera are not the same to the problems that we have in Siaya.
Exactly.
But the leader in Mandera will be able to know of what priority is it that these funds that are provided by the government are of use to my people so that we move forward. To finish on that, in case you are going to lead a people and at the same time be the one to represent them in the committee for CDF, for example, then we have to ensure transparency in their allocation. But the scenario in Kenya has changed. The CDF has become like a fund that is eyed by the members of parliament who expect to embezzle the last coin from the government. And so this is what is happening in different constituencies that no one is speaking about, because for every naysayer there is a bounty on your head. The CDF fund is not being used appropriately. For the number of students that are expected to benefit, for the projects that are geared towards by CDF, most of them do not experience that full use. And so the MWINYI is getting a raw deal. Let me give you an example of the bursaries. In game, there is an expected number of students who are supposed to benefit from the CDF. This is for the full scholarship that is provided to needy students and those who are not able to fully pay their fee, as long as they are able to prove that they have that difficulty. The number of students who are able to receive full scholarships in game fell by around 500 students in this past financial year that our MP was accepting the finance bill as it was. Number two, I told you very well that in my errands around the constituency and in talking to the people, I realized that there are most schools that the NG CDF has given a report of a complete build of a classroom while they have only done a roofing. That shows you that the money is given out in full, but it is not used as fully.
And the persons that are responsible to be accountable are not yet to be.
Yes, and I will bring you back to Chirargei's point. He said very well that as much as we are trying to hold people accountable for these funds, all those who are given these tenders are cronies of the leaders. Meaning, you would not say it confidently that that fund will not get to the hands of your leader, while his crony company will be the one building the classroom. I hope you understand now.
Very, very well, bro. So which party are you joining? Is it Wiper? Because today, Wiper was in... or is it ODM?
I would like to join a youthful party.
But ODM is youthful.
No.
The party leader is a Gen Z.
No, the party leader is a Gen Z. Let's be honest. At some point, as youths, we have to separate these crowds.
Yeah.
A youth, the age gap is between...
Bro.
Let us not go back to ODM.
He's a total orphan,
No.
bro.
You guys give Oburu Odinga too much leverage.
Yeah.
Well, you know very well that his age is twice past the youthful age.
Let me give you a guess
Yes.
on your next political party,
Yeah.
if it's not ODM. Maybe MDG
Yes.
or DAP.
Yes.
Because to be sure, DAP's influence is going to increase in Western Kenya, Lake region.
Yes.
Is
DP,
that a
yes,
fact?
for sure.
Yeah, it's going
And,
to increase that.
yes.
So I think you are going to take between the two parties.
If I were to choose, the party that I consider joining is that I would consider to join is MDG. Looking at their whatever they put out as what they believe in and what they have done in the politics in Kenya, I would go with that. Looking at Ugenya, for example, to be specific, MDG has been able to thrive against ODM.
Yes.
Not by might, but by ideology.
I saw your opponent,
Yeah.
incumbent Game MP, meeting MDG party leader. And some of the political analysts from the region,
Yes.
Nyanza region, are saying,
Yes.
like, it's like the current,
Yes.
your opponent,
Yes.
is targeting joining MDG.
Yes,
Because
yes.
you have seen
I
no
was
future.
I was coming to that, but you have gone ahead of me. You've gone ahead.
Yeah.
It's not rumors. When Honorable Osotsi was speaking at the church service, if you are keen to listen, there are hints that you get if you are in a house and you are welcome. And if you are in a house and you are not welcome, would you be able to tell the difference? I'm asking you that.
No.
You would not be able to tell the difference. But I would say if you are in a house and you're not welcome, maybe you would get hints and know you are not.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
So when Honorable Osotsi was speaking, he began by telling the president to address the ODM party using the party structures and not individually,
Yes.
not intimidation, not throwing of words here and there, but through party structures. Meaning, if you want to communicate with us, as ODM, we have our structures, and this is the person to communicate to us
Yes.
what you expect of us. In his talk, before he could go 2 minutes away, he outlined clearly that Mheshimiwa Elisha Odhiambo and Jalango, the MP for Langata,
Yes.
who was present at that church meeting,
Yes.
had been sent away from ODM party, and that they do not speak on behalf of the party.
ODM, yeah.
These are just hints. But Honorable Elisha already knows that he is not welcome in ODM party.
Yeah. Why don't you grab the opportunity, bro?
So,
Yeah.
when you are fighting a war
Yeah.
and all your blueprint is out there, then your enemy is able to follow and get to where you are. MDG is a good option,
Yeah.
but this is to ensure that he has no party. And if the party leader for MDG will prefer Honorable Elisha over a young person, then he'll be going against the proposals of MDG and the beliefs and their manifesto that they have put forward as a party that believes in the young people. Number 2, there was a campaign in Kasipul.
Yes.
That's in Homa
We
Bay
saw
County.
the government brigade
Yes.
over there.
And particularly my member of parliament attended this meeting And it was to propose a young person for a member of parliament in Kasipul. He went there in solidarity with Gladys Wanga to garner support for Boyd Were,
Yes.
who is the son of the late Ongondo Were, who was the MP for Kasipul.
Yes.
This is contradictory. In action, if he believes that a constituency like Kasipul, that just lost its leader, deserves a youthful member of parliament, then the same should apply for Game. And he should put or set his eyes on a greater seat, but legislation. Maybe he should go for senator. Maybe he should retire. But all these are options he has, not to vie again.
I mean,
Yes.
it was the first to cross over to get to, I mean, former premier said tulikutwa na mamba,
Yes.
katumeza.
Yes.
Ongera kwake akulwa na mamba.
Yes. Yes, for
Maybe
sure.
if you thrash him come 2027,
Yes.
minister hapo ataonjeshwa ama kuja asaidia the governor of Siaya County.
Exactly.
Like right now he's campaigning for MDG party leader.
But the most honorable thing is to not vie.
Okay. Hopefully we'll watch this episode.
Yes.
And
definitely.
we'll get your advice. Yes. Take it to note.
You
Now,
have to develop over time.
Yes. In conclusion, I want you to describe democracy in Africa just in one sentence. Generalize from whatever happened in southern part of Africa, where we saw the positive part of democracy, whatever happened in Cameroon, whatever happened in Tanzania,
Yeah.
Madagascar, and now whatever we are anticipating in Uganda.
Yeah.
Just describe democracy in one sentence. So wrap up.
I would describe democracy in Africa as elusive at the moment. I would also say confidently that it is not further from our reach as young people. For the past, I would say we are a country that is less than 70 years old.
Yeah.
And that is enough time for change to get to a point where we have a democracy that is supported institutionally in our country. But looking at Africa as a whole, looking at what was going on in Madagascar, not Madagascar exactly, but starting from Kenya, 25th June of 2024, looking at the protests that led to that and the number of killings, looking at what happened in Madagascar, in Tanzania, the number of killings, it shows clearly that democracy in Africa is still very elusive and that the existing leaders do not appreciate dissent, nor do they appreciate criticism.
Yeah. That's why you need to be cautious about cybercrime misuse.
Yes.
Deal.
Which is for sure there. Look at Uganda. The president has said clearly that if you want Uganda, then you will have to face me. This does not demonstrate democracy. If it was democratic to be a Ugandan, then Bobi Wine would vie without any threats, without any intimidation or arrests from the existing government. If they are confident that they have done right by the MWINYI, then they should not panic by the proposal of another person into the leadership of the country. This is perfectly what is happening in the countries that we have mentioned. The leader in Tanzania decided to go for this poll with the opponent,
Shattered.
most lethal opponent, in jail, knowing very well that the rest could do nothing to her legacy.
Yeah, the 16.
Yes, and it went as she expected. And to date, Tanzania is sailing into new leadership. So looking at what's happening in Cameroon, and before I go to the neighbor Cameroon, look at what's happening in Sudan. It's through democracy that we will ensure political stability as proposed. But we realize that it is not democracy that will give us political stability.
Sure.
Instead, the ones who are in power believe that there is the military way of doing things that will keep things stable. But it is not the case. Look at Sudan. You have seen clips doing rounds on social media of how bad resources can be if they are not allocated fairly or efficiently, or if foreign countries have interest in our local resources. And if these leaders are greedy, they will do anything to seize power and stay in it and not allow for anyone who comes and says that our minerals cannot be exported. That will be an enemy of the regime.
Sure.
Yes.
Dango, thank you very much, Jacob, for being with us in the Real Talk Republic podcast. Now, because you are yet to tell the people of Game, your manifestos, we'll get an opportunity to invite you back to this particular podcast and discuss with you on your ambition and mission of becoming the next MP for Game. All the best, bro. And I appreciate very much sana kwa kukuja na kutupatia historia about your journey at the University of Nairobi, before and after, na venye sasa maisha nasonga.
Sure.
I appreciate that. Till next time, bro. I appreciate the show.
Thank you. There is one more thing I would like to say, then you would merge it together with that.
Okay.
As much as it's out of topic, is to encourage the young people to get out there and know that they are the change that they expect, and that as much as we sit on ideas, these opportunities will not come to us.
Yes.
Instead, we have to rise up and be up to the task and do what is expected of our generation. That's the only way we'll have to be able to get to the new, to the future, or to be able to achieve the goals that we have in terms of our agendas for the future, 2030.
Yes.
Kenya has set that agenda straight, but the youth are not taking that opportunity. That's all I would like to urge the youth out there, because they watch a lot of what you disseminate out there. I would like to urge the youth to go for what you want and be ambitious. And you should know that we are the future. Yes. And the future is here.
Dango, also register as a voter. Till next time, this is Real Talk Republic podcast. Thank you.